Yeah, nah, we all feel for him. You know, you hate to see anybody get injured, especially one of your teammates and a guy that's a huge asset to our team. So definitely feel for him. Going to be praying for him, but he'll be back in a couple weeks.
What was the message, from Doug to the group about how you guys move on from here?
I think it's a next man up mentality. Like we can't do nothing about it, so we got to come together as a group and figure out who needs to step up, what we got to do to get better and continue to build that chemistry with one another and figure out the pieces that we're missing now with him off the floor.
What you guys want to do defensively, and you plug in his absence, does that just – is it hard to fathom what you guys can do defensively without him?
I feel like we have a deep team. Like we got a lot of guys that are capable of defending. Like I said, it's next man up. We can't sit here and sorrow about it. He'll be back in a couple weeks, like I said. So he'll be back and ready to go. But for now, we got to figure out what we got to do to still be successful while he's not with the team.
Yeah. Maybe just the lessons coming out of Portland game, second preseason test.
Yeah, it's a good learning experience for us. There was a lot of fouls being called and stuff, so we got to learn how to play without fouling better. Got to learn how to, defend a little better. We were giving up too many easy buckets that we could correct. So it's a lot of learning opportunities and get them out the way during preseason before the regular season starts.
For you, 2 preseason games in, how have you evaluated yourself? What stood out to you about your first 2 preseason games?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far. A lot of things I can continue to clean up and get better at, but so far it's been some goods and some bads. Some good reads, some good plays and decisions I made, but also a lot of areas where I got to improve, especially defensively and taking care of the ball sometimes. So it's been a lot of fun though, just competing at the high level and just trying to get a feel for everything.
Anything surprise you playing in the NBA so far?
Honestly, no. Just the physicality's been a little bit of an adjustment, but other than that, it's been pretty easy to adjust. Just trying to hoop and continue to win games. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to figure that out. We don't like losing the first 2 games, but we get them out the way now before the regular season starts.
You've been part of a group that has finished strong, in these first couple of games. As young guys, how much is that helping you guys just to grow and kind of gain confidence and kind of find your way?
And get in time.
Yeah, just getting time and then going in and playing the way you guys have.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. We got to take advantage of it. Especially playing with that young group at the end. Those are the times that we're gonna get before the season starts. You never know what it looks like when the regular season starts. So when you do get those minutes, you got to take the most. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. You got to take advantage of it though, and make the most of your opportunity.
When you being a playmaker and kind of setting guys up, what's the typical learning process of learning where guys like the ball and kind of learning their games and how it kind of meshes with your own?
Yeah, I feel like just watching film is the biggest thing I've been trying to do. Just trying to learn the veterans and what they like, where the spots on the court that they like to be, and then within our system, the areas that they'll be effective from. So trying to learn those things to set them up to be successful, and then figuring out my opportunities of where I can open things up for them, whether that's being an unselfish cut or, making a play downhill to get into the paint, draw 2 and kick out, whatever the case may be, just trying to find opportunities to make the game easier for them.
And what has been one of the things the veterans have been preaching to you throughout camp?
Continuing to just keep playing through mistakes. You can't hang your head. You're going to make mistakes. Everything's not going to be perfect. So just continuing to be confident in yourself, figure out ways to get over and move on to the next play, and then just continuing to learn every day. I got to step up. I'm a rookie, but, I don't want to be considered a rookie. I want to play like a veteran dude. I want to play to not make those mistakes and mature earlier than other people.
Speaking of being a rookie, any rookie duties? Have you been assigned anything yet?
I had to bring the cars on the plane, some dice, cars and dice so far, but they've been chilling on me so far. But it might pick up, but I'm hoping it stays where it's at right now.
What was that
They
first
got
experience?
Max. They got Max on the donut duties though, so
Oh,
they making him travel a little bit to.
Speaking
get
of the
some
plane,
donuts.
what was that first road experience like for you?
It was a lot of fun. The plane is huge. I'm not used to that. Great leg room, great seating. I was enjoying it. I was enjoying it a lot.
Did you ever charter at Colorado State ever?
We didn't get we chartered during the conference, but non-conference we was on the regular commercial. So yeah, I feel privileged being in those seats.
appreciate you, brother. Cool.
Have a good day.
I mean, we don't have a choice. We got to figure it out. I mean, that's the thing about this league. You got to prepare not for everything to be perfect. You got to be prepared for whatever's to come. And we already hit with an obstacle. Luckily, we got time to, fix some things without him in the meanwhile and try to get, better knowing that, we don't have Keegan there on both ends. That's an anchor that we rely on. So, we got the next couple of weeks to figure that out.
We haven't talked to Doug yet, but for you specifically, do you think that means anything different from you?
I mean, I always prepare myself for whatever. Like I said, not just me, everybody. It's like next man up. Everybody else got to step up and do even more, knowing we missing a key player.
You mentioned, what he does on both ends of the floor. How tough is that part of it, and how much does it change, what you guys do?
I mean, it changes a lot. Keegan is a key player to this team. Defensively, offensively, the things he's able to do. Every team want a guy like Keegan. So to lose out on that, it's definitely tough. But we just gotta figure it out. We gotta figure it out.
You guys trying to move on from, everything that happened last year and to have a blow up like this early on. What's the mood in the room? How much does that kind of affect spirits going into the season?
I mean, we feel for him more so than anything. We feel for Keegan because, that's our brother, our teammate. We don't want to see nobody hurt, but with that, we still got a job to do. We can't hang our heads too long. And you can't always expect the NBA season to go perfect, knock on wood, I hope this is all to come and, he get back healthy and we can hold down the fort until then.
You ever had an injury like that?
Yeah, I tore my groin 1 year in my career early on. Tore my groin, and I think I missed about 22 games.
Nothing in the hand though, like a thumb or anything like that.
Yeah, I tore a ligament in one playoffs in my thumb, but for some reason I don't know how I continued to play, but I played through it. But it was tough. But yeah, thumb injury, I definitely had an issue.
Because you talked about the next man up mentality or whatever. How do you kind of get that message through like younger guys?
I mean, younger guys, you want an opportunity when you're a young guy. This is an opportunity. You got to be ready when your name is called, when your number is called, and see what you got. You got to take advantage of it. So from there, it's up to you. So we'll see what happens.
From a preparation standpoint, you guys had Keegan around you for so much. Does this drastically change maybe how you guys approach different things from week to week, or even maybe the mindset collectively of the group as you go in from week to week or game to game?
I don't know yet. This first day, us finding out this morning. So we had a great practice today. Hopefully, whenever Keegan have his procedure or whatever's going on with him, next step forward is us figuring out, what's the steps for us, day to day, game to game, preparation. So we'll see.
How about just in terms of maybe the lessons from this last preseason game? You got 2 more to go.
Yeah.
Just maybe what you came out of Portland with.
Just clean up the fouls and the offensive rebounds. We clean that up, give ourselves more opportunities to go down and play on the offensive end and work on the things we need to work on offensively. But I'm not really worried about the offensive end. That part to come together. We got too many great players that know how to score the ball. It's just the rhythm of that will come. It's just us doing all the other detailed things, rebounding, not putting teams on the free throw line. We can't be undisciplined with that. So cleaning that up.
Did you guys get a look at Max at the 4 today?
Yeah. It was a learning opportunity for him today. Got out there, played a little bit, moved around a little bit, get a little feel for it. So he got out there a little.
Thank you, Devo. Tough blow with Keegan. Just how's that kind of sit with y'all?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, obviously, it's the nature of our business, though. You just got to deal with it. Feel sorry for him. Obviously, all the work that he's put in, but he'll be fine. I mean, it will be able to work out and do things. It's just obviously he can't use his hands. So unfortunate. Send him a lot of love and get well soon.
I mean, I know it's obviously next man up, but do you kind of have an idea of what that looks like in the meantime?
No, we're the next few days we're going to try a couple different things, get a look at a couple different things before we dive into it. Then even with that being said, we have 2 preseason games left, so we still got some time. And then after that, we got practice days. So I wouldn't read into anything that you see, but you got to experiment and see what different combinations of guys and what have you.
What are those options, just as you work through them this week?
Telling you would tell them, and I'm not going to tell them, so you'll see on our next game. Come on, Jay, you know better than that, man. I think that you get a look at our roster, you can kind of get some ideas. There's smaller size, there's bigger size, there's defense, there's rebounding, and we'll see where we're at when it all is said and done.
What do you tell a guy like Nique, who, whether ready or not, has to handle maybe an extra level of responsibilities that goes with it? Or even guys around Nique, like, right, I think about Dario, I think about Isaac Jones, obviously. What do you tell those guys in the meantime here?
Well, I think a guy like Dario's a veteran. He's seen it before. You look at IJ, it's like opportunity, be ready. But with Nique, not a lot. I try not to overdo it. Like, he still has to find out everything. Like, there's a lot that he's going to go through. We're going to play, highly talented offensive players. He's going to find himself in some foul trouble. He's going to find nights where he's hitting his shot and think, oh, wow, and then the next night he won't be. So now you got to lean on another part of your game. So for him, it's just throwing him in the deep end of the pool and knowing, luckily, that he's to swim, and if we need to throw him a little rubber ducky, we might, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Can you speak to maybe just how Keegan digested the news, how he's doing? We obviously won't see him for a little bit.
I mean, I texted with him, so, I'm not exactly sure how he took the news. I mean, as someone who's done it and you're injured, it's not a happy time, that's for sure, because the work that you put in and what you want to do and all those different things. It can be difficult, and that's the mental part of our game that's tough, that now, luckily, we pay a lot more attention to than in the past where we didn't, and maybe leave an athlete out there on their own to deal with those things. But we're here to support him through all of the ups and downs of what he's experiencing. So that's why I made sure to reach out to him immediately. I'm here to talk, I'm here to help, and once I see him, obviously, we'll love him up. But I don't really know because I haven't spoke to him like that, but he has all the support in the world.
Do you know how and when that injury happened in the first half?
No, I'm not sure, because sometimes those things can happen and it just kind of feels bad, but you're not, a break is something totally different. So I'm not really sure, to be honest with you.
It sounds like you played max at the 4, at least some today. Like, is that an intriguing possibility for you, and what do you think that might look like?
I mean, in our league, 2 bigs is we're starting to see it quite a bit. So it's one of the things that I think that you got to look at. That Max is a talented player. Like, this is the preseason, so to get him out there and to get him those type of reps is more what that's about. We got a couple other options over the next couple of days that we'll throw out there and let them get a rhythm, because part of it is also there's 4 other guys that are in that starting unit, and they have to feel it too. It's not like, coaching is, you say, oh, do this, but in my opinion, you have to listen to your players sometimes as well, and we'll see how that all plays out, because I think we need to let it all play out, give guys opportunities to put their best foot forward, see the rhythm of what they're doing, not only on the offensive end, which is a big part of it, but more importantly for me on the defensive end, see what they do, and they'll communicate with me.
Yeah, how do you replace kind of what Keegan provides from his defensive versatility? How do you go about that?
It's tough because Keegan has size, strength, athleticism, and he shoots 40%. Like, I think everyone's looking for that. So we don't have, we have a couple different guys that could maybe equal Keegan, but we don't have Keegan. So replacing it is definitely difficult. But there are guys have other strengths. So it's going to be, maybe a night-to-night basis. We don't know. We have to let it play out and see.
Do you feel you guys are pretty built well to be able to withstand something like this? I mean, clearly you've got a lot of guards. I mean, are you built maybe better to play smaller at times, depending upon how matchups are?
I mean, sometimes we're small out there. It just looks that way. So, you know, if we can play speedy and take advantage of it. I mean, small ball works if it works. Playing two bigs works if it works.
Sure.
So, you know, the first time we played two bigs last season, it worked. The second time, it didn't work. So it's easy to say that, but you might find a matchup with small players and you look at it and go, it's never going to work. We can't rebound with them. But all of a sudden, your quickness and on the offensive end, you're killing them. So it's one of those things that we have to fill out and see what the rhythm is with the four guys that are still there.
Yeah, and it's here obviously happening in preseason. Were there lessons coming out of the Portland game? And as you go forward with this news, do you kind of throw away a lot of what you've been working with to make an adjustment like this way?
No, I think that in that game, better start, most definitely, which the guys were challenged to do, and they came out and they started well. You know, in the preseason, you're looking for a lot of different things. It's not just, did you win the game? We want to win every game. But at the same time, there are rotations, there are combinations within those rotations that we're trying to find the right rhythm for us. And we just continue to use the preseason as such and try to win every game when we step on the floor.
Doug, coming off, you know, just trying to turn the page from last year and the sense of like togetherness and the things that you've been building here. Like, just how tough is this to as a team, as a group, to digest, and what was the mood in the room today?
No, I think they're in a good mood. What I think everyone has to understand is this is about identity, defense and offense, and us building a culture and a system that it's not going to be done overnight. What we're trying to do is build something that has legs, that has a base, and it can stand the test of time. It's not just like, you know, one thing. So, you know, people are, you know, we love Keegan. So in that regard, we're like, dang, but this is our job and we have to figure it out. But we keep the main thing, and that is defensively, what do? We make them feel us, communicate and compete. Offensively, what do? We pace, space, and we share. Those are the main tenets of what we do regardless. That's what we focus on, not, you know, all the distractions of that. And if we keep that the main focus, you know, does it matter who's out there? Obviously it matters who's out there. But as we continue to build who Sacramento Kings are, that for me and upstairs, that is the most important thing that we focus on daily. It's going to be the mantra. It's going to be the thing that we tell them daily. It's going to be what we coach them to daily and nightly at games. It's what we show them on videos until a player comes in here and he knows, when I go to Sacramento, I expect to do this because this is who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are there conversations going on about who might be out there and available that you know might be a roster addition to help with the depth right now?
You heard something?
I'm asking you.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Doug.
We got ejected.
Yeah. That's a T, my friend.
Shit.